You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm thy friendship. Oh, how
you know what time it is. I'm brawl with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lames. Yeah, you know what time it is. Come brawl with them boys of the fall. Covered in gray and scarlet, massive. Stiff arms to your jaw, we breaking it. We sick of seeing you clowns with the crown, we taking it.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk about college football with real fans. This is the BBz Mafia Family Sit-Down. I'm Tony. That's Shaun. What's up, guys?
How you doing, Tony?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, before we start, I'd just like to say I want to send out our condolences and prayers to all the victims in New Orleans to that senseless tragedy. To all the people down there who've lost someone or have a family member that's hurt, or all the first responders who helped out. Our prayers go out to all you guys tonight.
Absolutely, man. It's very senseless. Whatever. I don't even. I'm not even watching the game. I don't know what's going on down there, and then they move it to today. Yeah, I'd have to say. Oh, Burke's in the chat giving us congrats. Burke's. Yeah, Mello's here, buddy. Mello. Got all the regulars, Steely and Karis.
TG, Tyler, Nicole.
Yep.
Hey, Nicole. Thanks for coming on over.
Right. So I guess before we get into the wonderful things that happened as of yesterday, I'm going to tackle a couple things here. And because of how great the game went, I think I decided to make Captain Jack an actual honorary captain of the BBz Mafia family. Made him his own badge and everything. Sent it over to him on X. You know what I'm saying? Tagged him in and everything, and all the social media stuff. So, like, I mean, at least now his title actually works. Then yeah, we got some new shirt ideas coming up. I think said we'll make everybody wait though for the to see the big shirt idea here for the upcoming game against the Longhorns. I think everybody's gonna like it. But with that being said, what do you think of the game, Shaun? Let's hear your thoughts, buddy.
Wow, man, I'm still amazed at what happened. Really, I couldn't stop screaming, jumping up and down. I was fired up. I wish I would have been with Mello and Devin out there to actually witness it. The guys are lucky that they got to go to the game, but what a wonderful game. Revenge was sweet. To get back after all the crap talking. Now, no more Oregon crap talking for another year. So we shut their mouths up. Now it's on to Texas.
Yep. Yes. And dude, that game was crazy. They started so fast. You're the only team to score, have 4 40-yard plus plays. What is happening? Okay. 40-yard plus plays in the first half.
We still can't get a freaking holding call on us. I mean, my Lord, an opponent has not had a holding call against us in all year.
Right.
I mean, Jack, our whole defensive line was getting held all game long, man.
Yeah,
they still won't throw a flag for us.
Then we get
a crappy call from when Kazmarek pancaked that bum, and they call the flag on him for holding.
Yep. Yeah, dude. There was some crappy calls, but like for once, like it didn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? We got off to such a fast start, and it was so ridiculous, dude. Like I don't know. I can't even believe what happened. Like JJ is an actual alien. The whole team apparently was activated now. Like everybody's got mutant abilities. It's crazy. This is wild. Tell me though, like if you were watching, they kept panning to Dan Lanning. Why'd he look like he was was being beat by his partner and also like a Vietnam vet at the same time? Just 1,000-yard stare of what's happening. Oh my God, what's happening? Like
he was in total shock. They haven't had that happen to him all year long. So quite the wake up for him.
Yeah,
Still
no.
bring experience for them.
Well, I mean, we already showed. Dude, we took out the number 1 team now. Took out Tennessee, who was really good, and like a top 10 team, and we boat raced both of them basically. So like put 31 on the number 1 team in the country. We scored as much as we did in the last game in a quarter and a half, which is ridiculous. Like,
it looks like Georgia's going down right now. They're I think they're down by 17.
Oh my God. Oh man, that's awesome.
They're down by 17. Chad, if you guys can give me an update, please.
Yeah, I don't have it on the TV. I get the Buckeyes game replaying on there. So, man, no. So were you since you got to touch on the game, Shaun? Like, figured we do maybe like a little comparison, talk about stuff, or you want to talk about some of the other games first? Because
we can go straight into the game. That's fine with me, man.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. So I'll read you some stats here. This is the offensive stats for we'll go look. I want to compare the first game and this game, like just to give you some kind of basis of comparison against how much apparently we held back or whatever it got didn't play well that game as opposed to this game. So the first game, all right, we had, let's see, 326 yards passing. Oregon had 341. We were 4 of 12 on third down. They were 6 of 14. Fourth down, we were 2 of 2. And then they were 1 of 2 on fourth down. We were 28 of 35. They were 23 of 34. 9.3 yards per pass for us, 10 yards per pass for them. No interceptions thrown on either side. We rushed for 141 yards on 33 attempts, 4.3 yards a carry. They rushed for 155 yards on 31 attempts, 5 yards a carry. And we lost 2 fumbles, and there was no interceptions thrown. Yep. So that's the basis of the team stats or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
For the first game.
Now, as comparison, this last game. Okay, let's see. We had total yards, 500 total yards. They only had 276. We threw for 319, 200 plus in like the first quarter. They threw for 299. We had 181 rushing yards. Now here's the crazy thing. They had negative 23 yards rushing. Negative 23. Like, that is insane, especially in modern college football. Negative 23 yards after, like, Jordan James, like they beat him up so bad he just checked out. Like, I'm out. Cool. Evan Stewart, halftime. I'm out. Nope. I want no trouble. Like,
a lot of people don't realize it though. When the quarterback gets sacked, that actually counts as negative yards against your rushing. So we had 8 sacks. So that's really going to kill the rushing totals there. So
yeah, to go from 0 sacks the first game to 8 this game, and we took Evan Stewart out the game. We took Jordan James out of the game. Like, what? Dude, people are just checking out. That's two top end running backs that have just been like, nope, I'm cool. See ya.
Holden was the only one that had a good game, and he had 2 touchdowns. But they were one was kind of a garbage time touchdown. So it is what it is. But Tez Johnson really wasn't a factor.
No,
I mean, they kept confusing. What I loved is they kept confusing Gabriel. The guy had played the most football of anybody out there. I mean, he had the most experience as a starting quarterback in college football. And Jim Knowles' coverages confused the heck out of him. He didn't know where to go with the ball. Guys weren't open. Our coverage, I mean, how about Denzel Burke getting his payback?
Well, Denzel Burke
they didn't even throw the ball towards him, man. He locked his guy down the whole game. Didn't get toasted once.
No.
So, I mean,
like the lockdown. Iggy finally gave him a touchdown, but I mean, the dude's not giving up a touchdown all year. Like, you can't fault the kid. I don't think he had any. Did he have any PI calls? I don't think he had just 2 games in a row, no PIs.
No, I don't think he did. And if you look, that's the first passing touchdown that they've given up since the first Oregon game.
That's
so wild. I mean, we were getting. I mean, our coverage really helped us get more. We got a lot of coverage sacks. We were getting good, pressure on the quarterback, but a lot of times there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, and nobody was open. Jim Knowles had Dylan Gabriel seeing ghosts out there, man. The guy didn't know what to do.
we smacked everybody around, dude. Like Lathan Ransom was out there just murdering people. Like that kid was out there collecting bodies. Like, God,
dude, he had 5 sacks. I mean, not 5 sacks, but he had 5 tackles and a sack. He was.
Dude,
I mean,
man, when
he was
put it on
taking.
somebody,
I mean, if you look what he did to James, the running back, Jordan James didn't want no part of that at the end, man. He was ready to. He had enough. That kid did not want to play anymore. He said, "No mas, no mas,
no mas." Yep. So look, we had 181 rushing yards. They had negative 23. We were 8.8 yards of play. They were only 3.9. That's almost a 5 yards disparity. That's crazy. We had 20 first downs. They had 15. We were 4 of 11 on third down, but we didn't have a lot of third downs. Really, you know what I'm saying? Comparatively speaking, our first 4 drives, I think we scored in the first 3 plays. So like, what's a third down at that point?
We did a heck of a job of staying ahead of schedule. When I mean stay ahead of schedule, to some of you guys that don't know, most of you will know what I mean. That's when you get a big chunk play on first or second down. So when you get going to third down, it's third and short. So you're staying ahead of schedule that way.
Right. Yeah. So we definitely were ahead of schedule. I think we kept them behind schedule too. They had some really long, crazy third downs. You know what I'm saying? Like 3rd and 31, and you know what I'm saying? Jack was getting back-to-back sacks. Jack was killing it. So we had no 4th down tries, which we didn't need to. They were 2 of 3. Total plays, we only ran 57 total plays.
Wow.
They ran 70. We punted 5 times. They punted 8 times. A couple penalties on either side. No fumbles lost. No interceptions thrown.
That was the big stat right there, Tony. No turnovers.
Yep.
We took care of the ball. Will did an excellent job of taking care of the ball. Our running backs did not cough the ball up at all.
Yeah, like dude, Will Howard's balls yesterday, throwing balls, were literally amazing. Like literally, like the one he threw to Emeka could be the greatest pass I've ever seen thrown in a football game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's wild.
And the first one to JJ was amazing. Then the second one, JJ was so wide open. I mean, how do you lose the best player in college like that, man? How do you get that open, man? Come on. Someone explain that to me.
Yeah. Mika, I don't know. I think you might have, though. I don't have all the score predictions written down. That's Devin, I believe, that has those, but we'll work that out for you sometime soon. So you want to go over we'll go over each look at this. Ryan Day's beard.
Thank you, Ryan Day's beard.
You're the real hero, sir.
Why don't we do this, Tony? Why don't you pick 2 players on defense? I'll pick 2 players. And you pick 2 players on offense. I'll pick 2 players. And who you think were the MVPs? We'll pick 2. Right.
Well, I was going to say we could go over 2 each position group, you know what I'm saying, on either side of the ball. But yeah, I would say offense, it's really hard, but dude, it's so hard. I mean, obviously you got to go JJ because he went nuclear. But dude, it's like Will Howard, like O-line, any one of them. I would say the O-line, we heard was about, this D-line against our O-line, yada, yada, yada. Losing, like, I can tell you a stat that, like, Jordan Birch and Mateo Ungole, like, they were supposed to be super feared, right? You know what I'm saying? They were supposed to be some of the best we've seen all year against a patchwork offensive line. They gave up. Their offensive line gave up exactly 0 sacks, 0 tackles for loss. Like, those 2 dudes only had 2 tackles the whole game. That's it. Out of all that, no tackles for loss, none of that stuff. Like, wild. Oh, Devin appears.
Hey, Devin.
Devin's here too. Yeah. So think about that. That's crazy. Like, that's all we heard about was that's going to be the difference, and it was not. Well, I mean, it was, I guess, for us, but like, it definitely was. Yeah. Obviously, we got Optimus Prime, Will Howard. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, it's an easy call. With the offense, is just anybody really.
Trey played a heck of a game too, man.
When Trey hit that corner, boy. Who's yours on offense there, Sean?
I was gonna go JJ, of course, and Will are 2 of the easiest. Another one that I saw that I have to agree with Devin is Donnie Jackson. playing left tackle. I mean, that guy could be considered one of the MVPs on the team this year because how unselfishly he went from playing guard, all conference guard, all American guard, to sliding over to tackle position he never played before. And you're protecting the blind side of the quarterback, and you've given up, I think, 1 or 2 sacks this year, and that was the Abdullah Carter, who's a top 10 pick.
The monster, yeah. So.
You know, top 15 pick, and that was his first game at tackle. So that line, I mean, Donnie and the boys on the line, and of course JJ, Will, and Trey. I mean, there's more than
even Quinshawn was running like a
Quinshawn ran hard.
He was running like a gangster, dude. I loved it, man. They were, and look at that. We've been calling for it all the time. All of us here on the channel, like, you know, open up throw the pass, it'll open up the run, dude. And literally, they were just chucking the ball old school Ryan Day style, and all of a sudden, just right up running wherever they wanted to do, whenever they wanted. So, like,
they were able to get a good push. They were able to run. They were able to do anything that they wanted. I mean, G. Scott had a crucial, you know, opening drive catch, which right off the bat, I mean, just started the, you know, the snowball down the hill, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger as it went, baby. And we just rolled over those ducks.
Yep. Look, I'm telling you, when we hit 31-0 in that middle of that second quarter, and like I sat there and was in disbelief, and the same thing that I said, oh, who scored the touchdown at that point? Maybe it was JJ's second touchdown, or yeah, something like that. It was, I think, like when JJ scored his second touchdown, I said, we're going to win the national championship. Like, I said the same thing when Zeke broke the run from Alabama. I said, we're going to win that. That's it. We're about to beat the team that matters. And like, I think we just did that there. You know what I'm saying? And like, I texted everybody. I texted my dad. He said the same thing he said in 2014. Don't jinx it. I'm like, I didn't then. I'm not now. I'm telling you, we're doing this.
All I kept saying was, I just kept saying, finish them. Finish the job. Keep it going. Keep being aggressive. Don't let up. Leave no doubt, like Ryan Day would say. Leave no doubt, man. Keep being aggressive. Don't let them back in the game because, you know, right there towards the end of the half, they let them get that touchdown. Then when they came out, they got another touchdown. I'm like, man, you're giving them a little bit of hope there. But as soon as they got the ball
back away, I liked it.
But as soon as they got the ball, they scored right away, and they ended their dream right there. So
yeah, no, dude, they put it on them, and you know, I'm all in on coked up Ryan Day. Like he's a psychopath right now. Like he out psychopath the psychopath Dan Lanning. I was like, oh, dude, I'm so proud of you. Like, listen, I'm sure we have a gender reveal party to you know come up with like right around the beginning of next season. You know, for the Lanning twins, like we just have to figure out names and which it's going to be a boy or girl, how it's going to be. Because Dan Lanning got pregnant. I think somebody said that last time in the chat. I heard it. They were going to get beat so bad he got pregnant. Confirmed. So there's that.
Guys, let's give Jaden Fielding a round of applause, man. Let's give that kid, you know, his props. He drilled both of his field goals. I mean, all the hate that kid has received and all the criticism, which, you know, when you come to Ohio State or a big time school, you sign up for it, man. And you have one job to do, and that's kick the ball between the uprights. And, you know, he let us down for the Michigan game, but last night, man, he came through and he drilled them right down the middle. So I give props. I mean, that kid came back. You know, a lot of kids' confidences would have been shot. I mean, look at that Texas kicker, man.
Dude, dunked it right 2 seconds left. Dunked it right off the fucking.
That guy missed 2 kicks, man. Yeah. So dude. I'm much more confident now with having Fielding going into the Texas game and into the playoff run that he's confident and he's looking a lot better than what he did against Michigan. Put it that way.
No, I agree. He's redeemed himself, and like, listen. Even if he messed up before or whatever, like when the chips on the table now and we're all in and this is the only thing that matters at this point, he did his job. I'm not mad at the kid. You know what I'm saying? Not mad at the kid at all. Like, not mad. So
no.
So we'll talk about the Texas game here in a second too once we get done with this one. So what do you think?
The defensive side.
Give us a what? Oh, horns down. Actually, I can. Here, oh, yeah, check it out. Watch this. I was actually prepared for this. Ha ha! I'll give you the horns down. Yeah, go ahead. Penalize me. Gotcha. Yep. Put that together all the way down. You just wait till you guys shirt for Texas. You guys, oh man, when you guys like, I want to show them so bad. Like it's killing me. Like it's absolutely killing me. Just to.
Dude, how about Cody freaking Simon, man, the Blocko, the captain of the defense, our starting linebacker. The guy played his butt off, man.
Yeah, he had a little bit of AJ Hawk in him last night for sure.
11 tackles, 2 sacks, and 3 tackles for losses, baby. He was spying Gabriel. There was a couple times when he got that sack where he was a spy and he just went right at him. Gabriel tried to juke him. He didn't fall for it. They were popping people yesterday. That defense was flying around, had attitude, had an edge. The only thing that really kind of made me a little upset a few times was it seemed like there in the second half, he kind of backed off with the coverage and had soft coverage. I wish they would have pressed a little bit more, but that's just kind of being nitpicking.
Right. No, I agree.
I didn't want to give them any momentum at all. And they kind of, sat back and let them in that zone and kind of let them drive on that one drive. So I wish they'd have played a little bit tighter, but it's nitpicking at the time, guys. We were up by, over 20 points.
You can't really complain at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because what do we got to complain about? Like we boat raced them basically. You know what I'm saying? We got them right out the way. Crazy.
Sawyer had 2 sacks. That was another guy that balled out. JTT was getting a lot of pressure. He played great. Those guys were playing great containment for the most part. There was a few times that they let Gabriel slip around and break containment a few times, which kind of aggravated me. But Raiola did it. It's happened all year long. That's the one thing I think on the defense. If there's anything to tighten up, it's got to be when they're rushing the passer that they have to contain the quarterback, especially up the middle.
Yeah, no, I agree. We went full BTA on him, and it was amazing. Like was said, peace was never an option, and they found out the hard way. You know what I'm saying? And same way Texas is going to find out. Like we're bringing hell with us. We're coming. So
let's give LJ and the boys some props too for the rotation. You saw Kenyatta Jackson making plays, Caden Curry, Talik Williams was a freaking monster yesterday, man. He was taking his man, shoving him 3 yards in the backfield, disrupting their plays. They could not run the ball because of him. And a fresh Talik is a good Talik that you want in there. If you saw against the Michigan game or the earlier Oregon game when they didn't rotate in the fourth quarter, he was dead. This game, he was totally fresh and he was just destroying guys.
Yep.
He was pushing his guy right back in Gabriel's lap. Hero Canoe was getting pressure. Ty Hamilton was. That whole defensive line was balling, man.
Yep.
Anybody they brought in, Caden Curry and Jackson, they balled too, man.
Well, yeah, dude, we embraced the rotation thing, and it's just been going crazy. Like early drive, Hero Canoe's in there. Like Caden Curry gets a sack. Like it's wild, man. Like how good they've looked, and like they've just unleashed everybody. Jack Sawyer looked like a man possessed. Like there's just so much good stuff to talk about, and like just see it happening. It was like, oh wait, the linebackers are flying around. Like, dude, look how fast did Tyleek look? Like Tyleek Williams, dude, was running people down at 340 pounds. Like, that's a big boy running real fast. Like,
it's amazing what happens when you're fresh and you're not playing, 70 snaps a game.
Right.
And how many passes has Jack Sawyer batted down this year, man? The guy's like spiking volleyballs, or like Dikembe Mutombo rejecting people going to the rim, man.
Dude, yeah, since the Michigan game, it's been like 6 or 7, I would think. He's had a couple each game, like at least a couple, and he had the interception in the Michigan game. So it's like, wow, dude, wild. Why don't you hit me with these defensive stats, Shaun? We'll hear what, since we talked about it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we already announced that they had minus 23 yards rushing.
Mm-hmm.
We only gave up 299 passing. So, 276 is a heck of a lot better than what we did the first time against them.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's like, 200 yards less of offense this time. We were telling people, I know you were, Mello and Dev, and a lot of the other podcasts, this was a whole different defense that they faced the first time, man. This team was different. After that Oregon game, Ryan Day let Jim Knowles do what he needed to do, and they put in the right schemes, man. This is a totally different new look, and it showed. 8 sacks. We've had more sacks, and the first 12 games we had 35 sacks.
So
last 2 games, 35 sacks in 12 games.
So we had 1/4 our normal sack total, in this game,
and we've had 12 in the last 2 weeks.
We're killing it, man.
We are peaking at the right time. This defense is peaking at the right time. The offense is. I think Texas is in a world of hurt, buddy.
Yeah, listen, Texas has played 2 top 10 teams this year, and they have lost both games. One at home, and it wasn't even close. So what are we talking about? I think for the first time all year, there's not looked like there's been a juggernaut team until right now. Ohio State came out against the team that somehow pulled it out against everybody and was beating everybody and put it so far on them that they have to keep those guys quit, dude. There was no, you could just see it in his face. When Dylan Gabriel scored the last touchdown and stuff, he just looked up and was just he just had nothing left in his eyes, dude. You just knocked it all out of him. Dude, you had people I'm getting my head checked out or whatever. Dude, you're not dead. They just checked all the way out of the game. Evan Stewart halftime, nope, I'm super hurt right now. Sorry.
Lanning wasn't even calling his timeouts at the end. He waved the white flag. He tapped out.
Oh, you can see it, dude.
They tapped out. They weren't even trying at the end. They just wanted to get out of there. They were done. They were done getting their butts kicked.
Dude, especially after the year that we've had and had to listen to people just yak out their mouth, to take the Tennessee, Neyland North, we're going to take over Columbus. You guys showed up, but you didn't show out at all. Yeah, you had some fans there, but did you really? You know what I'm saying? They left mid third quarter, and Oregon, they knew they was going to the Rose Bowl for an extra 2 weeks before we did, and we still showed up, and we definitely showed out. So there's nothing we've gone in against. We've been favored against every team, and we went in and showed them this isn't even close.
If you look at every team that had a bye, they all came out rusty and didn't play good. So maybe that was the key thing of us not getting that bye, that we've been playing, and we're loose. There's no rust. We're a fine-tuned machine, and we're peaking at the right time.
Yeah, there's one team that looks like they're peaking, and it's us.
Daryl's right. BTA, buddy.
All the time, bud. BTA all the way.
And BIA is back, baby.
BIA is seriously back, dude. I'm telling you, look, if I got to pick my 2 defensive, people, I'm telling you, it's Lathan Ransom, because he played crazy, even if he didn't get all the tackles. And man, I'm just Captain Jack for sure, man. He has been just ever since that flag planting thing. He feels so incensed and disrespected, and he's taking it out on everybody. I'm so here for it.
Caleb Downs, for me, that dude should have had about 3 interceptions. He was diving and just missed a couple times. They'd have
been had one too. We have the best safety duo maybe ever in Ohio State history, and it's kind of not even close at this point. Sometimes, at least we have it in America.
The only duel that I can think of in our history that was even close was Donnie Nicky and Mike Doss, and that was the only tandem that I can think of. But Downs and Ransom are totally 2 different, players compared to those 2 guys.
Yeah,
athletic wise, Downs is a freak. He's like JJ of the defense.
Yes, he is. Lathan Ransom's been quietly the most underrated player on the defense until the last 2 games, and you're oh no, he's not underrated at all. He's a psychopath killer. He's out there murdering people, dude. when he hits people, it's next level, dude. Like he is trying to end you. He had that Oregon running back seeing ghosts, dude. Like
that's the thing, man. If our linebackers miss you, there's no way our safeties are going to miss you because they're both sure tacklers, and they both are going to take your head off.
Yeah.
I mean, why? I mean, they're cracking helmets. Just ask Tennessee.
Dude, yeah. I mean, we've had a couple running backs check out of the last 2 games, like an all SEC running back and a dude who like kind of gashed us last time. Just knocked out, Dunsky.
I mean, if you looked, man, Tennessee's running back, the best running back in the SEC. What do we do to him? Shut him out. Jordan James, we made him tap out and leave.
Yep.
So next week, I mean, we're going to have Texas coming in, and I don't think they'll be able to run the ball half as good as what, Oregon or Tennessee ran the ball. So,
I mean, if we get the same amount of pressure we got the last 2 weeks on Quinn Ewers, like he does not do well under pressure. He's not moving well. And I'm like, I get maybe Arch is like the heir apparent, but like I'm not scared of Arch Manning either. Like you're gonna have to show me, sir, like flat out, because I'm just not. Like I don't think either one of them look good when they put Arch in for Quinn. They put Quinn back in, so it's like, what are we doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, listen, Texas will always worry me because I think Sark is a good coach, and they do have weapons. They have a more expensive roster than us, even though everybody talks about our $20 million roster. They're like 22.2. Oregon's was also more expensive than ours, and like they were like 23 something. So it's like we're just beat the other 2 expensive rosters while everybody talks about our roster.
Yeah,
it's not a big
no one
deal.
mentions those guys though.
No.
The thing that we have to worry about in Texas, those are special teams. I mean, they have a very, very, great punt returner who returned one against ASU, and he's dangerous. And I mean, they have speed at the wide out. They got good athletes. They got a big offensive line.
I mean, I think that Jordan Blue kid, the running back, he's fast, man. He'll get out on you.
I mean, Isaiah Bond and that Bolden kid, they're both, I mean, they're fast. I mean, ASU saw it yesterday when Bolden took that punt to the house. I mean, that was a heartbreaking loss for ASU. I mean, Texas had a 16-point lead there at the end and should have just put them away, and they let them back in the game. And if the refs would have done their job and called that targeting, there should have been a targeting call. Yeah. ASU wins the game.
Well, yeah, dude, that's the thing. Texas, the first quarter and a half or whatever, like when it was 17-3, it looked like, oh no, like Texas is about to really show out. And then they hit 17-2 and just sat there. And just like they wanted to give that game away, dude. Like, I mean, literally, they won it on like what, a 4th down pass in double overtime. Like, come on, man. Like, dude.
I mean, I know the ref, screwed them guys, but they had their chances, man, and they didn't get the job done.
Yeah, no, they
4th and 17. I mean, I felt bad for that Cam Scatterboo. That kid played his heart out, and that quarterback they have at Levis, that kid he's a baller. Much respect to him, but they didn't have their 1,000-yard receiver. He was out for the game, so they were playing kind of without one of their top-notch weapons, and they still almost beat Texas.
Yeah. Hey, that kid Cam Scatterboo, he's the truth, man. That kid's serious business, but like he's a big boy and he's out there getting it, man. He had a pass attempt, all kinds of like he was out there getting it, buddy.
Threw a pass, he caught it. They hit him on a wheel route that he took to the house. I mean, he took all the way down to like the goal line, and they ripped had him by the face, tackled him by his face mask, and ripped his helmet off.
Yeah, it was
a monster, man.
Yeah, he's the truth for sure. Like, so, well, that's I guess just talking about Texas. Obviously, our defense killed it. Like, there's not what can you say? Yeah, I mean, Texas is just not frightening to me. Like, I don't think there's a team left that's frightening at this point. Unless some wholly other team shows up, which like maybe the Tennessee game, if we showed up like that and then we struggled against Oregon, I would be concerned. Like, oh, it was a fluke. We come out 2 times in a row and look better than even we did against Tennessee. Like, I have no reason not to believe that, like, somehow, because Mello's brought it up like the last 3 games. Do you think Ryan Day is actually held back? And like, this was like some analytics thing him and Chip Kelly did about the NFL, like slowing down the tempo of the offense, holding back. Because obviously, if you see this team now, like they were holding back. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. So, like, do you think that's by design or by accident?
Man, honestly, I don't know. Sometimes I think it's a little bit of BS. And sometimes I think if you really wanted to limit people's numbers of snaps, you just rotate and play other people. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think it's very evident that it's probably by design, just because Ryan, like, it was kind of herky jerky and we didn't rotate and they were like trying things out. So, like, I think they were trying it out with a end goal in mind. But the way it comes down to me is Ryan Date does not have good luck. He's got kind of crappy luck. But the fact that this is working out so good, like, it has to be by design, because he doesn't catch rays of sunshine like this. You know what I'm saying? Either he's really good and prepared, or he can't beat Michigan. That's the two things. Like, whatever. But, like, he does not have the best luck, man. And for this to be a lucky bounce, we don't have the best luck. You know what I'm saying? We don't catch lucky bounces like that. So, like, I have to believe it's by design.
I'll give a shout out to Maze Madman.
Oh, Maze Madman.
Hey, guys, you can talk trash to him. Give him a little bit of trash talk. But remember, no personal attacks. Maze is a good dude. He's got a great show for being a Michigan show. It's a great show. Guy does know his stuff, and he respects us. So,
yeah, he was very cool.
Shout out to him, man. Hope you enjoyed watching our Buckeyes give Oregon a beatdown last night, Maze. You and Maniac, I'm sure, had your scarlet and gray on and watching the game, cheering for us.
Yeah. Listen, side note, one thing I forgot to say in the Oregon game, like, how ridiculous is JJ that, like, people don't even want to tackle him. Like, they look and, like, they take off running and then they realize, like, oh, he's way faster than I thought. And then they go to tackle him and it's like they give up, dude. They're just like, eh. Like, that first run he broke, he just, like, it was like that kid wasn't even trying to tackle him.
He was gone.
Ran through it. Like, I think they really don't realize how big and fast he is until he gets there. And then, like, oh God, he's so fast. He's way bigger than me. This is not going to go good. And
I think they misjudge his speed, because he's so big, you don't think he's going to be that fast, and all of a sudden he's by you. It's just like, wow.
Yeah, I'm telling that one kid when he broke on that touchdown, you could see it. Like, he took off and took an angle, and it was like, oh no, he's way faster. It took off, and he definitely couldn't catch him. And, like, I mean, he ran past. I don't know how that broken coverage where he got behind him, but, like, he was just gone. Like, it's like somebody didn't see him, and I don't know how the dude you're supposed to be doubling gets behind everybody, but it happened. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how you let that guy open at all, man. But I mean, that's crazy to me.
Something, it doesn't matter if the dude, they were doubling him, they were doing everything they could, and, like, for that kid to the whole game be like, dude, I'm unguardable before the game, and they show up and, like, the number one team in the country, he goes and he shows them all day, like, I'm unguardable. Like, wow, dude, like, not even joking. Like, he's going to end up, I think, being the best receiver in Ohio State history, hands down.
I know.
Like, I mean, would you rather have Marv this year or JJ this year? Like, if Marv came back for his senior year, would you rather have Marv or would you rather have JJ right now?
You know, I never thought I'd say this, but JJ.
Oh, dude, it's not even close.
No, he does things that Marv couldn't do. Marv doesn't have that speed. Like, I mean, JJ gets separation. Marv was great at contested catches. I mean, he's good at high pointing the ball. He's a great receiver, but he couldn't get open like JJ does.
With JJ,
not close.
JJ literally, like, where even, you know what I'm saying, Marv, like, even in the Michigan game, if he'd have just ran that route out, it wouldn't have been an interception, but he didn't. He quit on it. And, like, it was an interception in the Michigan game. Like, you never see that on JJ. He's messed up one route this year, and I give it to him, you know, that interception in the, Marshall game, maybe?
Yeah, that was the one where
when he should have gotten between the guy, and he was on the outside. Like, listen, man, it's not.
That's learning, man. He's a freshman. It was second or third game? Come on.
Yeah,
I mean,
he hadn't learned he could just grab people and throw them out of the way and do whatever he wanted. Now he knows that. So it's like, all right, that's cool. Like, he's just chucking people now.
The only person that I would say, you know, that he's the best receiver in Ohio State history is Chris Carter. And I think JJ broke all his freshman records. And I think, you know, when he's said and done, he'll be the best. Maybe
Oh,
even
for
the
sure.
best college receiver of all time.
Probably, dude. Like, I mean, listen, he could go to the NFL right now. Like he would be a top 10 draft pick, and he would go be successful right now as a freshly 19-year-old kid that's played 1 year in college. Thank God.
Not even a full year.
Yeah, not even a full year yet. Like,
you know, so, that's how. I mean, just imagine what the next 2 years going to bring us, Tony.
Oh,
I mean,
so excited.
wow.
Like,
I mean, just imagine how much better. I mean, the kid's got his head on right too, man. He's dedicated. All he cares about is football. He doesn't care about parties.
No girls,
care about money.
Football.
Football's all he cares about. Work. Put the work in. If we had, 80 other guys like that, man. Whew. I mean,
yeah. And listen, Mecca's leaving, but we got Brandon Ennis and we got Mylan Graham. The hits just keep on coming. We got Chris Henry Jr. coming in. Dude, it's just
Jameer Brown.
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, I'm so excited, dude. Des Jones and all those kids coming in now. Like, oh man, dude. So excited. All those New Jersey kids coming in, pumped for them. Okay. So I'm gonna do this as I'm sure I teased it before. So we did the peace was no option thing for Oregon, and we're definitely bringing the war to Texas, to their house. But we would have been gangster with it today. And here is the new design for the Texas game. Bam! Texas wide receivers might get jammed, but my Glock won't. Yep, just shooting Bevo in the head. Full gangster Cujo, here for it. So I don't know what's the chat think about it. What you got going on here, chat? What do you guys think of the shirt? Leave it up there for a minute. Get a good look at it.
I think Mays loves it. I think we ought to send him one.
Yeah, Mays would definitely want one. Look, even when he's holding the head too, he's doing the horns down. If you look, he's definitely doing the horns down, holding the head. So,
Burks will probably want one too.
Who?
Burks.
Oh yeah, Burks definitely wants one for sure.
Shout out to Burks.
Burks, my guy.
I tell you, there's a few Michigan fans that I have total respect for, and that can come on here anytime, and that's Mays Madman, Burks, Maniac, and Johnny Oden. Those guys I have respect for because they stand on what they say, and they respect the rivalry. They'll trash talk and they'll give it to you, but they're not going to take personal shots, and they keep it to football. So I have nothing but respect for those guys.
Right. I agree.
Vader in the house, Lunatic Fringe.
Vader.
Our buddy Mark P. Thank you for all your support. Always dropping the big super chats the last couple of times we've had shows. So
yep, absolutely.
Really appreciate it, Mark.
Yep, we'll take some super chats to this show too. Here, get you guys' questions for the Texas game or whatever. And glad everybody likes the shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want one, you just go to the website, BuckeyeBoys.com, go to the merchandise tab, fill it out. It'll ask for the style and stuff or whatever. Just say you want the Bevo shirt or the Cujo and Bevo shirt, the Glock shirt, whatever you want. Something to do with this shirt. I'll know what you're talking about, and I'll confirm it with you too. So, yeah, that's I'm super pumped. I worked really hard on this one. Like I really did. Like I wanted to go super extra with it because why not? It's Texas. So I hope it stirs the pot enough that like we hear some more Texas fans just yep. Like, and then we can shut them up too. So I'm here for it. Like, thank you.
Thanks, Vader.
Yeah, definitely Vader. Like for sure. Like, yeah, I worked all morning on that, dude. All freaking morning up until like I got it done at like 4:00 today because I wanted to make sure I got it done for the show. So, yeah, I'm pumped, man. Like, we're killing it. We blew the Ducks away. We're about to go see the Longhorns. We're about to go to Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like, thought we were going to have to go play Georgia in Georgia nonetheless. Like, but we're going to Texas. We're going to go right down there to Jerry World. And I think we'll put it on them, man. Like
it's looking like Georgia might not survive today.
How crazy if Georgia doesn't survive, we might end up playing Penn State or Notre Dame in the national championship game.
I predicted a Notre Dame Ohio State national championship game. So
you son of a bee. How about that? You also went with Arizona State, though, I think, too. So
yeah, I did pick Arizona State. Yeah. Hey, They almost pulled it out, bro.
Texas almost gave it away. I don't know if Arizona State almost pulled it out. Texas wanted to give that game away so bad. So, yeah, man. We can circle back to our bracket and check it out. Like, I know we did those the other day. I got it on here somewhere. So much stuff. So now, we have, Ohio State beat Tennessee. They beat Oregon now. So, and then we had Texas beating Clemson and Arizona State. Penn State beat SMU
and Boise.
And then,
we're waiting for Notre Dame and Georgia to get done.
Yep. They beat Indiana. Now they're facing Georgia. I mean, it could be crazy. It could be, it's Penn State, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Texas. Like, what?
Mark with the $20 super chat.
Oh,
Tony, get a Natty shirt ready. Thanks, Mark.
Absolutely, dude. We're getting a Natty shirt ready. Like, listen, I'm thinking about the Natty shirt, like, to see who we play, and like, I think it's going to be like us having like Cujo holding up a string of like decapitated heads, like their trophies. You know what I'm saying? Just have a duck and
a leprechaun,
and a dog for the volunteers, and you know what I'm saying?
A steer.
Have a big bevo head. Just have him walking around with it. You know what I'm saying? Championship trophy in one hand. Heads hung over the other shoulder or something. Like, we'll do something like that. It's gonna be awesome. Get it all the way together, man. So yeah, that's the playoff picture now. I think it's gonna be interesting. I think we always play good, like, especially making to Atlanta. Like, I think we always play good in Atlanta, man. We always play good down there in Jerry's World too. So like, it's
we've had some good luck down there in Jerry's World.
We have, sir. We have. I'm super here for it, man.
Destroyed USC in that Cotton Bowl down there.
Yes, absolutely.
And was it Sam Darnold around, or was it Berkeley that? I think it was Barkley that time, and they just destroyed that poor kid.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, man. I don't know. You have any other?
Nope, that should about do it, buddy.
We're wrapping it up. All right. Yeah, I want to hear in the chat, like, what do you think Dan Lanning's going to have? Boy, girl, twins? I'm saying twins all the way. You know what I'm saying? Listen, and somebody posed this question the other day, like, well, since that happened, is Ohio State going to pay child support? I'm like, no, I don't think so, man. I think this is just a one-off type of thing. And if you ask me, I think Dan Lanning was asking for it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Off the rails, buddy. We're off the rails right now.
I'm just saying, listen, that Dan Lanning is going to get pregnant by Randy things. I laugh at it every time. Still to this day, I couldn't, like, I'm telling you, when I looked there and you could see in his eyes of the glazed over, like, oh my God, I have PTSD now. Yeah.
TG says twins.
Yeah, bad, dude, twins. Telling you, I'll host the Dan Lanning gender reveal party. Be right about the beginning of the next season, 9 months from now. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, Shaun, what's your early predictions on Texas? You got an early prediction, or are we doing them next week?
We'll do it next week.
Do it next week. All right, Chad, you guys, we have any questions in the chat before we go? You know what I'm saying? We'll take twin ducks. Sorry. That's a good one, Mark. That's a good one. Chat, any questions? You know what I'm saying? We'll take any questions, super chats real quick. We got a few minutes before Scoop starts. For you know what I'm saying? We might take some stuff. Oh, we got twins. The twins are rolling in. Oh, we got a triplets.
All right,
Vader's doubling down on the triplets. Dan Lanning, Octodad.
I just wonder where Darius is at. That guy pops in on all the Ohio State chats and podcasts, and he's an Oregon fan talking mad smack, and we haven't seen him around the last night or two, have we, Steely?
Mm-hmm. Tyler's got a question. I have a question. How do you think we're going to attack Texas offensively and defensively? I think it's going to be similar. I think it's going to be not that different of a game plan from the last two games, dude. We're going to put pressure on them, and I think we're going to come out and start throwing the ball. Like, I mean, we're going to utilize our weapons. I don't think there's anybody. I don't think there is a cornerback or safety or, you know what I'm saying, like, even a terrorist that can guard JJ at this point anywhere in the country. So, like, I just do that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
their secondary is their weakness. So I say we're gonna pass to open up. We'll spread them out. We'll pass. Then we'll start running the ball on them.
Scoop
We'll
started
open
at
up the run,
6:30.
just like we did the last two games. We'll pass to open up the run.
Right. Did Scoop start at 6:30? Somebody just said that in the chat.
Oh, they might have. I'm not
No,
sure.
that's fine.
Usually they start at 7. So
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what we usually go for.
they might have started early today if they had something going on. So
Right. Yeah, but I think we don't change the game plan that much. You know what I'm saying? Like Quinn Ewers isn't great under pressure, and like literally, I think he'll just kind of crumble. We can shut down the run. We get pressure on him. I think our secondary is top notch. They'll cover it, and then our offense, dude, just come out and utilize our weapons. Like I'm telling you, if we come out and start chucking the ball around again, like Trey or Quinshon's gonna get loose. We've seen it the last 2 games, just gone. Like, and that dude with that Trey run, like you could see that the cornerback or the safety was coming down, like he thought he could get to the corner faster than Trey, and Trey hit the afterburners, and there was that kid pulled away from that kid. Like, how do you pull away from somebody coming on an angle? Like,
I think defensively against Texas, you'll see Jim kind of feel it out like a heavyweight fight. You know, he'll mix some zone coverage because they do have some fast receivers. Not gonna let anybody get behind them. He'll try to confuse Ewers with the different coverages, the different schemes, and once we make them one-dimensional and shut the run down, then they'll pin their ears back and bring the pressure and get the Ewers.
Yep. Well, I think crazy enough is we used to, like earlier in the year, we were playing a defense to try to prevent big plays, and we kept giving up weird big plays. Now we're playing super pressure, no big Oregon, no big plays, not a one. You know what I'm saying? Tennessee, no big plays, not a one. So it's like, man, like, I mean, maybe that wasn't a strategy, but like I think they've worked out all the kinks now, and like it's wild, dude. This absolutely could be the best roster in Ohio State history. Like if we go through and we beat one top 10 team, and then the number 1 team in the country, and then another top 10 team, and finish and beat a 4th top 10 team, plus we've played 2 or 3 other top 10 teams during the season. Like, dude, like is that's the greatest run in college football history?
I would have to say so.
You know what I'm saying? Not even just Ohio State history, college football history. Like that is up there with like 2019 Joe Burrow offense. Like just how dominant we are, like how locked down our defense has become, and how crazy like our offense looks when they're unleashed. Like it's insane.
All right, guys. Well, Scoop is on right now.
All right, yeah, we'll let everybody go over to the Scoop stuff.
I'd like to thank you all for coming in and supporting us and hanging out with us for an hour and talking about this Oregon game and giving us a chance to just have fun chatting ball with you guys all.
Thanks, C-Dub, buddy. I try. It's a lot of work, though. It's so much work this morning. But, yeah, man, I just say, like, get it. If you want a shirt or whatever, BuckeyeBoys.com, merchandise tab. There's a whole form to fill out. And with that, I think, you know what I'm saying, we're just going to load up our blocks and get ready for Texas. So, all right, Shaun, OH.
I-O.
All right, we're out, kids.